Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today we are looking at a player who played at the LA Regional Championships just last weekend, and I got the pleasure of meeting him in person, and I think this guy is just such an amazing human being, and I figured I will show you guys his runes and what he was working with. There's a couple other players on the list here. As you can see, Hypnotic Mac, Puzzle is also a little bit lower. Also, Topavi is in the arena now. But I figured I wanted to show Hua's runes because he's got some cool Nat 5s like the Ragdoll and Nikki that I just wanted to showcase for you guys. Also, just PSA, if you guys want to see Goku_IV's account, it's actually GokuZilla. That's who is playing Goku's old account now. So if you guys want to check that out, let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see that account and where it's been, because obviously Goku used to be one of the best players in the game and kind of, I don't know, you guys might want to see it. So just let me know. But here we go. We're going to click on Hua. And you know how when you go out with like a group of friends, there's always like a couple people that you really just click with and you end up like creating a little bit more of a bond with them just as like friends. Well, Hua is one of those guys, and I thought he was, just like I said, a really cool human being. He actually knows fluent Korean, so he and I were, he was teaching me how to speak Korean to the Com2uS reps and asking them basically a couple of things. One, let's take a shot, and then two, let's just skill balance some of the monsters or more Devilmons and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty fun. Cool guy. If you guys ever get a chance to meet Hua in person, definitely do it. He's an awesome, awesome dude. So, first off, though, I always like to check out the islands just in how they're decorated and stuff. I think the aesthetics is important, but he's got a big old Hua right in the middle of his island, just letting you know who he is. So he's prepared for people that come look at his island as well. He's got a couple other things here, but nothing too flashy. Just manicured, you know, just manicured. I like it. All right, let's take a look at the monsters. We're going to go over specifically the main ones that he used at the LA Regional Championships, so that you guys can see like what's the rune quality that they're working with, what's the rune quality that those players are using, and kind of go from there. So real quick though, here's the Stella, not used at the tournament, but overall, it's just, you know, Stella's one of those monsters. It doesn't have to have your best runes. You just got to give it runes. Okay, 85 crit rate. 148 crit damage, nice speed, nice attack. That's about it, right? So pretty basic. Camilla left now, 16k HP, nice attack, 73 speed, and then we have 81 crit rate, 172 crit damage. It's actually Violent Revenge. I am a little bit interested about that because typically you don't see Revenge Camillas, you see more Nemesis Camillas, right? So that's like the general build, but here we have attack, crit damage, and HP. So he looks like he has some good revenge runes, so that's probably why he used the revenge runes instead of maybe a nemesis set. But overall, the stats are good, and it's Camilla, so it does its job, I'm sure. Next up, we have Chilling, plus 129 speed. Guys, this is a super fast Chilling. Nice attack, sort of, and then HP, it doesn't have to be super high either. You're mainly using it for dungeons and a little bit of RTA as well. Not gonna lie, Chilling in RTA is pretty just disgusting, depending on who you're using it against, like Wusa or something like that. But he has it built speed, crit damage, attack, and as you can see, not like a whole lot of crit rate, but it's enough to do damage and really hurt going on to the later matches of RTA. He also has a Tark, primarily used for Dragon's B10, as you can see, plus 78 speed. Really nice crit damage, guys. That's the main thing. And then just having 85% speed, 85% crit rate for your Dragons team is really all you need. And then the nice attack there as well. It's also built Rage, attack, crit damage, and attack, of course. Most likely paired with Stella in his DB10 team. All right, moving on now to Ariel. We have speed, defense, HP, with the rune set is Violent Destroy. So this isn't something that he's using, most likely not something that he's using on arena defense or anything like that, because typically Ariel, you'll see it built as Nemesis Will, or like Violent Nemesis to help counteract against Lucians. But really, These days, all you need is a nice rune to Freya. Not even a nice rune to Freya, but all you need is Freya, and you already are countering Lucians. That's all you really need. So next up, though, we have Galleon, 85% crit rate. It's actually a damage-built Galleon, again, for DB10. And you have a violent, shield, speed, crit damage, attack. Overall, really nice runes for the Galleon. Decent percent accuracy at 61%. Plus all the attack, decent HP as well for a speed attack crit damage build. And then we start getting into the monsters that he was using for the tournament here. And this is his Molong. So he used Molong quite a bit. If I remember correctly, he used it almost every single match that he could pick it. He was using Molong because it is one of the best monsters in the game for RTA. So if you have it, use it, right? So already you can see 26,000 plus HP, plus 173 speed is the main thing. That is a super fast Molong. And then I'd say the baseline for accuracy is about 50%. That's kind of what the players throughout the entire tournament were saying is like baseline Molong accuracy 50%. Anything below that is like not G3s, basically what they were saying. But here we have Swift Will. It's a very common build for Molong. And here we have speed, of course, slot 2, HP, HP. Overall, super solid runes. That's really all you need for Molong. To get that first turn, to get that third skill in there, to potentially wreck somebody the first turn and take out one of their key units, or the second best option would be to maybe get a clutch stun in or something like that. So, awesome Molong. I love it. Plus 173 speed. All right, moving on. We have Theomars now. Mainly like a Guild War monster, really, these days. You might see it in RTA once. Maybe I think it was used 3 times over the tournament. That was it. But we have 65% crit rate, 161 crit damage, 1200 attack, and then really nice HP actually for a Theomars. And it is speed, crit damage, and attack, of course, violent revenge. All right, moving on to Bastet. Here's the stats for Bastet. It is plus 172 speed, so it's actually just a little bit faster than the Molong. It is built with Swift Offset, which is perfectly fine for Bastet. Doesn't always need Will unless you plan to use it a lot in arena offense, and potentially you would have like a potentially you'd be using it against a Leo, but you don't really see a lot of Leos on arena defense these days. So anyway, speed, HP, and HP. Even a 5-slot rune there works just fine for Hua. And yeah, overall, not bad. Doesn't really, I mean, it's just a speed boosting monster. That's about it. Just need to be survivable and have a lot of HP and a lot of speed. All right, here is probably his more arena offense Galleon, I would say, with the higher accuracy. And it has some nice HP, attack, speed, and the crit rate and accuracy. Okay, it is built with Will Shield Offset with speed, crit rate, and accuracy. Just the 3 stats that I was talking about right there. Look at that huge 30% accuracy substat. That's crazy. Moving on though to Wusa. This is actually a common build for Wusa a lot in RTA. It is a Swift Revenge set because Wusa, if you guys didn't know, he has this skill on his skill 1 that puts this enemy to sleep for 2 turns with a 20% chance. Now, that chance gets increased a little bit there, so you can see that he didn't even max the skill because as soon as he got the 5%, that's really all he was looking for. So, what, 25% chance to sleep. And for some reason, in the tournament, all the Pioneers were getting a lot more sleeps in off skill 1 than I normally see. So, overall, having the Revenge set on there is super, super scary sometimes just because. But there's the speed, okay? Plus 177 speed, but he's a 118 base speed monster. So it makes it so much easier to rune Wusa with speed because he's got such high base speed. 24,000 HP with really nice defense, and that's all you really need. But here's a look at his substats. 22, 19, 24. All right. Cool. He used that in the RTA as well. And then here's Praha. Just a general Praha build, nothing too crazy. 23k HP, plus 126 speed, despair, guard, just like that. Okay, now as we get into this, we'll take a look at one more monster here, Poseidon, and then I'll talk about it just a little bit. So this is Swift Will Poseidon. The stats are really, really high. I would assume that he would have broken out the Poseidon at some point. I don't remember if he actually did or not, but this is definitely something that was runed for RTA because of the third skill that attacks all enemies to decrease the attack bar to 0 and decrease the attack speed for 2 turns. That is a huge, huge skill from Poseidon if you're able to get turn 1. So he actually has it built so that way his Molong would even go before the Poseidon. Okay? See the difference there? You have to have that pretty high speed gap because if you happen to use a speed leader with it as well, you don't want the Poseidon to be going before the Molong. Just in case you want to use them two together, everybody's got to be speed tuned together. Alright, so really nice HP though, 30k HP total, super high defense, and it's a tank build really is what it comes down to. HP, defense. Alright, high accuracy as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this monster really quick. You guys see that it's a Despair Guard rune. Runes Praha. Now, everybody says, oh, you got to rune Praha on Nemesis. So you don't really have to rune Praha on Nemesis. It depends on where you're using Praha. You may use it in like R5. You may use it in, sometimes people use it in the Dragons runs if you like really slow and want to have that like secured, safe team, I would say. But really, it doesn't have to be on Nemesis unless you're using it on Arena Defense. That's the only time I would say that you should probably put it on Nemesis unless you decide to have like this super fast, I would say 300 speed Despair set with some offset runes. That would be the only really time that, you know, you don't need to have Nemesis on defense. All right, moving on though, we have Hua's Hua. Okay, this is Hua's Hua. And plus 122 speed, 75 crit rate, 166 crit damage. There's his HP and the attack. We have the speed right here. Crit damage, attack. Probably an R5 monster if I had to bet. And then we have Vertihau. So he's probably running super, super fast dragons, I would assume, because he's got this Vertihau, which is pretty scary. Not on violent, but it's going to do a lot of damage. So it's attack, crit damage, attack. And it doesn't need to be super fast because it needs to go after the other, all of its other allies. So as we get a little bit farther on, we can see like there's the Ragdoll back at the very end. We're going to finish off with him at the very end, like I said. But here we go to Saurian. This is a monster that he probably could have pulled out at the tournament as well. He did not, if I remember correctly, but plus 90 speed, really nice HP and attack, and then crit rate, crit damage. So he's running Revenge Violent, which is, in my opinion, the best way to run him as well, with speed, crit damage, HP. The reason why I would run him with Revenge is because if somebody's attacking you, like say an Artemil or a Poorna or somebody that's trying to kill you because they don't like your debuff that you put on them, you could then in turn revenge and put that debuff on them that they didn't want to have on them in the first place. So revenge is kind of troll, and I would do it. We're going to move on from Colleen though. Again, she doesn't have a slot 4 rune, but she's probably rune better than a lot of other Colleens, even without the slot 4 rune. Alright, Kamoon. Plus 115 speed, nice HP, and lacking a little bit on the defense side, I would say, but swift with revenge, speed, HP, super nice Kamoon. Then we have Lika. This skin though, guys, this is a really awesome skin. I'm still debating on whether or not I should have got it or not. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. We have speed with crit damage and attack. plus 82 speed, really nice crit rate, crit damage, and resistance as well, with high attack and decent HP, so not bad, not bad. All right, now this next monster, he definitely used this monster in the RTA tournament, and that is Recon. And Recon is running with Violent Nemesis. So we have speed, defense, well, obviously defense, but HP and defense, right? There's his runes, and here's the base stats. So if you're looking to build Recon, like all these players were building their Reconis, I would say this is a good option for you guys. Build it like this. But there's also lots of different things you can do with Recon, so be creative. You know, a swift Recon wouldn't be so bad either to get the first turn and things like that. But overall, resistance, speed, and HP and defense are the 4 main things that you're really looking for on Recon. He also used Okeanos this tournament, and it has 22,000 plus HP, 187 speed, which is pretty crazy. Nice accuracy at the same time on swift offset. So we have speed, HP, HP. Nice runes there. And unfortunately, I think the match where he fought against Above, the Orion removed or just it stunned the Okeanos first turn, and kind of we didn't get to see too much from Okeanos because he got pretty much one shot by Above's Poorna, which you would think with the amount of HP that he has and the amount of defense that Okeanos probably wouldn't go down that easily, but that just goes to show you like how much damage Poorna could do with the defense broken monster. All right, up next we have Mei Huang, which is a super popular RTA monster. I'm surprised I didn't see more of Mei Huang at this tournament, but it's a really good counter to a lot of control comps. However, we were seeing more speed comps and bruiser comps at the LA tournament, which is a little surprising. There was a couple control comps, but the main things were like speed and bruiser. We have HP, crit damage, attack, and this is actually exactly how I have my Mei Huang runed as well, but it is Vampire Revenge. I like this build. It provides him with a lot of sustainability, a lot of HP, defense substats, attack substats. It's hard to build Mei Huang because he can use like everything. He really can. But just focusing on a couple main stats like crit rate, crit damage, speed, defense, and HP, or you can kind of just let the attack go to waste and just hope that you can get the attack up later on throughout the fight. That's another option, or just go full on nuke. I don't really recommend that second one though over the first one where you're more built as a tanky monster. All right, moving on. We have Recon next. Generally built, I would say there's nothing too crazy about it, but it is Vampire and Blade with HP, crit damage, HP. Pretty nice build. Plus 81 speed with not having speed slot 2. And then nice crit rate, nice crit damage, and overall really good substats as well. All right, so now we have Poorna, again, another monster that he used in the couple matches against Above as well. And I think he even used it against Sai one time or twice. I'm not sure. But this Poorna is good. It's really good. It's really good. So it's Violent Will, which is already like the best build for Poorna. And it's built speed, crit damage, attack with it has a 5-star attack slot rune, but it has 17% crit rate. So that's why it looks like it's lacking a little bit on the attack, but he's making up the substats through other runes. And then he also has really nice HP, speed, crit rate, and crit damage. So imagine without that rune though, if he didn't have any crit rate on it, it would be down all the way at 60% crit rate for Poorna, and that's like, it's just a little too low. Okay. Next up we have Leo with a Vampire Offset rune build. There's his stats right there with attack, crit damage, attack. Even with attack, crit damage, attack, look how much HP this Leo has. It is insanely tanky with the amount of runes, or the type of runes that he's using. Also has almost 1200 plus attack. Crit rate, crit damage is nice as well. Resistance and accuracy. Like, this is all around stats. So if you don't have to rune with speed, you can put a lot of, just pile on the stats into your Leo, because you don't need the speed on Leo. All right, so now we have just a couple monsters left. You can see them all on the screen now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 monsters left to go over. We have Tiana. Okay, we got 8 monsters left to go over. We have Sierra. Plus 120 speed. He did use this a little bit in the RTA tournament. The accuracy for Sierra, you would probably think that you need to use a lot more accuracy, but really Sierra is now like less accuracy dependent and more like tanky, I would say, or more like overall stats instead. So a lot of HP. I like the 30,000 plus HP Sierras because they're super hard to beat. But don't forget about the defense in there, because you can have all the HP. If you don't have any defense, you're going to get lit up pretty easily. And then you have 948 attack as well, which is really awesome. And it is built speed, HP, HP with the attack subset. So really nice Sierra. Moving on to the Ganymede that he also used in the RTA tournament. It is built with plus 148 speed. Really nice defense. A little low on the HP, but it sure worked just fine. And the accuracy is also very important, but it is Violent Will, which is almost a must. It has speed, HP, defense, and it looks like Hua really likes to use these five-star runes. And I don't really blame him, because he's got a lot of good substats on them. So, like, look at this. Look at those substats on there, and tell me that you would rather have a lesser rune or lesser substats for that 3 extra speed that you would get. I wouldn't, so I don't blame him. So this just, I would say take this as a learning experience that you can compete very competitively with 5-star runes, because it all matters on the overall end stats. So he might be losing some because he's using 5-star runes, but he's still in a good shape because he's making up for it through his other runes. All right, next up he has Iris, which also he used in the RTA tournament, and has about 30k HP, nice defense, really nice speed is the main thing, and then 54% accuracy. Here we go, is the Despair set, speed, HP, HP. Again, another 5-star rune on Iris. Iris, I respect that. Okay. Tableau is up next. About 30k HP as well, with plus 120 speed, nice accuracy as well. And then Tableau is built with Violent Offset. Okay, speed, HP, again, same thing. HP. I sense a trend, guys. I sense a trend. So Hua is not afraid to use 5-star runes if it means that he gets the substats, and I would encourage you guys to have the same strategy. Just because they're 5-star runes doesn't mean they're bad. All right, couple monsters left. We have the Frigate. So we have it speed, HP, nice rune, 31 speed is awesome, and that's an awesome rune as well, 28 speed, with a lot of defense substats, resistance, and everything else. So that is a fast frigate, right? That is 314 speed. 314 speed frigate. I would say if you have a frigate, you should probably make it your fastest monster in your box with whatever runes you have. It doesn't necessarily need to be Will, but it needs to be the fastest monster in your box, because frigate, I would say, is 100% the best gauge buffer in the game, besides maybe like Ragdoll, because Ragdoll is a different sort of gauge buff. But overall, like offensive gauge buff, Frigate's your main guy, right? That 50% increase is just unreal. It's unreal. At the same time, you get the reduced cooldown of skills. It's crazy. Okay. So there's the Frigate, though. Super HP built, a lot of defense, super tanky. That's a nice Frigate. Okay, I'm a little jealous. Now, Nikki, he said was his favorite monster, right? Nikki was his favorite monster. So, 30,000 HP. About 1,300 attack power with plus 120 speed and 50% resistance. It's violent will with speed, HP. And overall, again, it's not like a crazy Nikki, but overall, it's a good build for it, and I think it did its purpose at the tournament. But last but not least, we have the wonderful Ragdoll here, which is, of course, transmogrified in the coolest way. I think Ragdoll is just awesome, and now that he looks like that, it's just so sick. But here's his stats. A lot of HP, a lot of defense. Doesn't really need speed a whole lot because he gains a lot of attack bar from his passive skill. And then he's got crit rate and crit damage. But it is actually built with Violent Revenge. So it is HP, crit damage, and HP, and revenging. So that's why it's so tanky. It's so tanky. It's almost like a Leo build, right? Because it's super tanky, but then it can start doing damage just based on torrent. And he doesn't even have it skilled up. That's the other thing. It's not even skilled up. So he needs those Devilmons. He needs those Devilmons really badly. He needs the Devilmons, man. Give him the Devilmons. That turn cooldown. That turn cooldown is crazy. Oh, man. Okay. That's okay. I'm not salty. I'm not salty. All right, I'm a little salty. I want this monster. I think it's awesome. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I am also posting more vlogs with actually behind-the-scenes footage with Hua and all the other players that were there. If you do want to see other videos, though, with other players that were at the LA Regional Tournament, let me know. Let me know who you want to see. Also, if you want to see Goku's account, because that's kind of cool as well. But the only thing that I'm not going to be doing is showcasing people's runes that are going either into the New York Championship this weekend, which I will also be commentating as well, just to throw that out there again. Or I am not going to be showing people's runes that are going to be going into the final championship back in LA. Full disclosure, so don't ask about those guys. But anyway, thank you again so much for watching. Stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. What's going on, Soup? It's Claytano. Be sure to subscribe for more content every single day. If you missed yesterday's video, you can check it out here and subscribe to my vlog channel for behind the scenes footage of my life. If you want to stay connected with me personally, go ahead and hit me up on any social media platform at Claytano, and I will see you guys tomorrow.